London rain had a way of finding its rhythm against the city's steel and glass. It was late afternoon when Maya Khan pushed open the glass door of TechFix, her small repair shop tucked between a bakery and a vintage bookstore in South Kensington. She'd spent the morning fixing a graphics card for a college student and replacing a motherboard for an old laptop that had seen better days. Her life was simple. Quiet. Predictable. Until her phone rang. "Maya speaking," she said, tucking a strand of dark hair behind her ear. A smooth, low voice replied on the other end, confident, velvety, and unmistakably posh. "Miss Khan, this is Evelyn Hart, CEO of Hart Enterprises. I've been told you're the best with difficult systems." Maya blinked. Hart Enterprises? One of the biggest tech firms in London? She laughed nervously. Thank you, Ms. Hart. What seems to be the problem?" There was a pause. Then, almost teasingly, Evelyn replied, "My computer's crashed. And I don't trust anyone else to touch it." Something about her tone and calm, commanding, with a hint of mystery, sent a ripple through Maya's chest. She jotted down the address, her pen trembling slightly when she realized it was the top floor of the Glass Hart Tower, right in the financial district. 2 hours later, she stood in front of that tower, rain drizzling down her jacket, her reflection warped in the mirrored glass. Inside, everything gleamed, chrome elevators, marble floors, and the quiet hum of wealth. When she reached the CEO's office, she almost forgot to breathe. Evelyn Hart was nothing like Maya had imagined. She wasn't the stiff, middle-aged executive Maya pictured, she was striking. Tall, poised, with waves of blonde hair cascading over a tailored black suit. Her deep blue eyes met Maya's with a mix of curiosity and amusement. "You're younger than I expected," Evelyn said, smiling faintly. Maya swallowed hard. "And your computer's deader than I expected." That earned a soft laugh, rich and melodic. Touché. As Maya worked on the sleek silver device, Evelyn watched her. The air between them grew charged, subtle but undeniable. Evelyn's voice dropped low. "You have very steady hands, Miss Khan." Maya froze for a heartbeat, then smirked faintly. "Comes with experience." When the system finally rebooted, Evelyn leaned closer to look, their shoulders almost touching, perfume mingling with the scent of solder and rain. "Impressive," Evelyn murmured. "You fixed in an hour what my IT team couldn't do in a day." Maya gathered her tools, cheeks warm. "Just doing my job." But before she could leave, Evelyn said quietly, "Have dinner with me tomorrow." "My treat." Maya blinked. "Dinner?" As in, Evelyn said with a playful tilt of her lips, "I don't ask twice." For the next 24 hours, Maya couldn't focus on a single circuit. Every time she tried to solder a wire, Evelyn's voice echoed in her head, smooth, confident, dangerously persuasive. "Have dinner with me tomorrow." It wasn't a request. It was a challenge. By the next evening, she found herself standing outside the Azure, one of London's most exclusive rooftop restaurants. She almost turned back twice, her reflection in the glass doors screamed out of place. Her simple black dress and leather jacket couldn't compete with the sharp suits and designer gowns gliding past her. Then Evelyn appeared. Every sound seemed to fade as the CEO descended the marble staircase, dressed in a dark wine-colored gown that shimmered under the lights. Her hair fell in soft waves, her lips painted the shade of old roses. She moved with the grace of someone who commanded rooms without trying. "Maya," she said softly, smiling. "You came." I wasn't sure if this was business or Maya began. It's dinner, Evelyn interrupted gently, stepping closer. No invoices tonight. Just conversation. Their table overlooked the Thames, city lights reflecting like fireflies in the dark water. Evelyn ordered red wine, Mia stuck with sparkling water, though she couldn't stop staring at the woman across from her. So, Maya finally said, "Why me? You could have called anyone to fix your computer." Evelyn's lips curved. You have a reputation. Discreet. Brilliant. And, her gaze softened, you don't look at people like they owe you something. Maya blinked, caught off guard. That's oddly specific. Evelyn tilted her head, swirling her wine. I see a lot of people every day. Investors, directors, partners. Everyone wants something. But you walked into my office, and all you cared about was a broken motherboard. I guess that's what I do, Maya said quietly. Fix broken things. For a long moment, neither spoke. The silence between them wasn't awkward, it was electric. The kind of silence that made the air hum. Evelyn's fingers brushed the rim of her glass, her gaze never leaving Maya's. You fascinate me, Evelyn admitted at last. You're quiet, but there's fire in your eyes. Tell me, Maya-Khan, what do you want? The question landed deep. Maya didn't know what to say. She wanted many things, stability, purpose, maybe someone to really see her. But she wasn't sure if she could admit that, not to someone like Evelyn. I want, she began, then smiled faintly. To survive another rent cycle. Evelyn laughed, a genuine, melodic laugh that made Maya's heart ache. Honest. I like that. When dinner ended, Evelyn stood, offering her hand. Let me drive you home. Maya hesitated. That's not necessary? I insist, Evelyn said softly, her tone leaving no room for refusal. In the car, London's city lights painted their faces in gold and blue. Evelyn's hand rested between them, close enough for Maya to feel its warmth. The next morning, Maya woke up convinced the whole thing had been a dream. Dinner with Evelyn Hart, the most powerful woman in London tech? It sounded absurd, like a fairy tale written in binary code. But then her phone buzzed. Evelyn Hart. Good morning, Miss Khan. My system's running perfectly, but I might have found another problem only you can fix. Maya blinked at the screen, trying to decide if this was flirting or just Evelyn's version of humor. She typed back. If it's your hard drive, I don't do repairs on those. A minute later came the reply. Clever. 7 p.m., Hart Tower? Maya stared at the message. She's serious. When she arrived that evening, Evelyn's office was dimly lit, the skyline of London burning gold behind her. There was no broken computer in sight, only 2 glasses of wine waiting on the sleek black table. I see you came prepared to work, Evelyn teased, her gaze drifting to Maya's toolkit. Old habits, Maya said, setting it down. So what's the emergency this time? Evelyn stepped closer, her heels silent against the marble. I needed your company, that's all. The air shifted, charged and delicate. Evelyn wasn't wearing her usual business armor. Tonight, she looked softer, her blouse slightly unbuttoned, her hair loose around her shoulders. Maya crossed her arms, trying to mask the way her pulse raced. You're impossible to read, you know that? That's intentional, Evelyn murmured. People think they know me. You don't. That's refreshing. Maya exhaled a shaky laugh. You're flirting with the woman who fixes your laptop. Would you rather I didn't? Evelyn asked, stepping even closer. Maya froze. Every instinct told her to step back, to keep things professional, but her heart betrayed her. She could smell Evelyn's perfume, feel the heat radiating off her. I don't mix business with, Maya started, but her voice trailed off when Evelyn's hand brushed her wrist, light, tentative, asking for permission more than taking it. I don't either, Evelyn said quietly. But you're not business, Maya. It was reckless, dangerous even. But in that suspended moment, neither of them cared. Maya's world, wires, screens, logic, dissolved into heartbeat and breath. Evelyn smiled faintly, as if reading her hesitation. Relax. No contracts, no rules tonight. Just dinner in. She gestured toward the corner, where a small table held takeout boxes and candles flickering softly. You ordered Chinese? Maya asked, laughing nervously. I googled comfort food, Evelyn admitted with a grin. Apparently, this is it. And just like that, the tension melted into laughter. They ate, talked about everything from technology to childhood memories, and somewhere between laughter and silence, their eyes met again, this time, longer. Maya felt the world narrow to that gaze, to the pull she couldn't explain. Evelyn reached across the table, her fingers brushing Maya's again, steady, deliberate. Over the next few weeks, Evelyn Hart became a constant in Maya's life. Sometimes it was a text, lunch? Or are you saving lives one motherboard at a time? Sometimes an unannounced visit to TechFix, her sleek car parked among delivery vans and bicycles. At first, Maya tried to keep things professional, to remind herself that Evelyn was a client. But somewhere between shared coffees and quiet nights in the tower office, boundaries began to blur. One rainy evening, Evelyn appeared again, this time without makeup, her hair tied in a loose bun, dark circles faint under her eyes. Maya looked up from the laptop she was repairing and froze. You look, she hesitated. Human? Evelyn finished dryly, dropping her bag onto a chair. It's been a long day. Maya smiled gently. That's new for you? Being human? Evelyn chuckled softly, pulling off her heels. Feels like it. She sank onto the couch beside Maya's workbench, rubbing her temples. You ever get tired of pretending you have it all figured out? Maya looked at her, surprised by the crack in her polished armor. Every day. Evelyn's gaze lifted to meet hers, and for once, it wasn't the CEO's stare, it was something fragile, searching. You make it look easy, she whispered. I don't, Maya said quietly. I just keep fixing things so I don't have to look too close at the ones I can't. For a heartbeat, silence. Then Evelyn smiled faintly. Maybe that's why I like having you around. They sat like that for a long while, the storm outside soft against the glass, the glow of the desk lamp washing them in gold. When Evelyn spoke again, her voice was barely above a whisper. You make me forget about the noise, Maya. The meetings, the headlines, the expectations, all of it. Maya's chest tightened. You make me forget too, she admitted before she could stop herself. Evelyn turned, eyes shining. Then we're in trouble. Their laughter broke the tension, soft and sincere. But it faded as quickly as it came when Evelyn's hand brushed Maya's again, the same gentle, searching touch as before. This time, Maya didn't pull away. Evelyn's thumb traced small circles against her skin, and Maya felt her pulse race. Tell me to stop, Evelyn whispered. Maya's voice trembled. I don't want to. The space between them vanished, not in a rush, but in slow inevitability. Evelyn leaned in until their foreheads touched, breath mingling, a moment so intimate it didn't need words. Then Evelyn pulled back, eyes dark with restraint. "If I kiss you now," she murmured, "I'm not sure I'll be able to stop." Maya swallowed hard, her voice barely a breath. "Then don't stop." But Evelyn did. She exhaled shakily, standing and pacing toward the window. "Not like this," she said softly. "You deserve something real, not stolen moments in an office." Maya rose, crossing her arms to steady herself. "Then what is this?" Evelyn turned, her face a mix of longing and fear. A week passed with only silence between them. No calls. No texts. Just the hum of the city and the echo of words left unfinished. Maya told herself it didn't matter. She threw herself into work, repairing devices, smiling for customers, but every time her phone buzzed, her heart betrayed her. Then, one evening, Evelyn appeared at her shop door again. No chauffeur. No designer coat. Just jeans, a gray jumper, and eyes that looked exhausted. "Maya," she said quietly. Maya's breath caught. "You disappeared." "I know," Evelyn replied, voice thick. "I needed time to reset my system." Maya folded her arms. "Am I supposed to guess what that means?" Evelyn stepped closer, her expression unguarded. "It means I'm not good at this. At feelings. At letting someone in." The words hung in the air like static. Maya sighed, softening. "You don't have to be perfect, Evelyn. I just need honesty." Evelyn looked away, jaw tight. "When I was 24, I built my company from nothing. People doubted me, underestimated me, so I learned to never show weakness. The more successful I became, the lonelier it got. Everyone around me wanted something. Control, money, influence. But not me." Her voice broke slightly. "So I built walls, firewalls. And then you walked in with your soldering iron and messy ponytail, and you didn't care who I was. You just fixed things." Maya's throat tightened. "You think I don't have walls too?" Evelyn met her gaze, eyes shining under the dim shop light. "Maybe that's why I'm scared of you. You see right through mine." They stood there, two women from different worlds, one built of glass and power, the other of grit and quiet resilience, both equally fragile in that moment. Maya took a step closer, her voice low. "I don't want your money or your world. I just want you when you stop pretending you don't feel anything." Evelyn's lip trembled, a tiny, human flaw breaking through the CEO's composure. "And what if I don't know how to feel without breaking something?" "Then I'll help you fix it," Maya whispered. That did it. Evelyn let out a shaky laugh, half relief, half disbelief, and before she could think, she reached for Maya, pulling her into a hug. It wasn't calculated or smooth, it was desperate, trembling, real. Maya's hands slid around her waist instinctively, holding her close. The faint scent of rain and jasmine filled the air. Evelyn's heart thudded against her chest, fast, uneven. After a long silence, Evelyn spoke against her shoulder. "I'm terrified of you, Maya." Maya smiled faintly. "Good. I'm terrified of you too." Evelyn pulled back just enough to look at her. "Then maybe we're both exactly where we're supposed to be." For the first time, Evelyn didn't hide behind power or poise. She looked at Maya not like a CEO at all, but like a woman who'd finally stopped running. 2 weeks later, Maya stood at the window of her small flat, watching London's lights shimmer across the rain-slick streets. Things had changed, subtly, profoundly. Evelyn still visited, but less like a client and more like something undefined. They talked. Shared tea instead of wine. Sometimes, they just sat in silence, comfortable and real. But that night, the silence between them felt heavier. Evelyn had come by after work, her expression unreadable. She placed a small velvet box on Maya's desk. Maya frowned. If that's jewelry, I'm returning it. Evelyn smiled faintly. It's not jewelry. Open it. Inside was a sleek, silver keycard with a tiny heart etched on the corner. What is this? Access to the 12th floor of Heart Tower, Evelyn said softly. My private workspace. I want you to have it. Maya blinked. Evelyn, that's your sanctum. You said no one's allowed there. I know, Evelyn murmured. But you're not no one. The weight of those words hit deeper than Maya expected. She looked up at Evelyn, who suddenly seemed nervous, the confident CEO stripped down to the vulnerable woman beneath. I don't want this to be some secret thing, Maya said quietly. I don't want to hide every time someone from your world walks by. Evelyn stepped closer, her voice trembling. Neither do I. That's why I'm done hiding. Before Maya could respond, Evelyn reached out, taking her hand. Tomorrow night, my company's gala. Everyone will be there, press, investors, the board. I want you with me. Maya froze. Evelyn, that could ruin your reputation. People talk. Evelyn's thumb brushed over her fingers gently. Let them. I've spent years being the woman everyone admires but no one knows. You make me want to be seen, flaws and all. The confession hit Maya like warmth after a long winter. Are you sure? She whispered. Evelyn smiled, small, certain. For the first time in my life. The next evening, cameras flashed as Evelyn Hart stepped onto the gala stage in a navy gown that caught the light like starlight. Whispers rippled when Maya appeared beside her, dressed simply, her hair curled, nervous but radiant. Evelyn took the microphone, clearing her throat. Tonight isn't just about innovation or success, she said, her gaze locking on Maya. It's about connection, about the people who remind us what matters when the power goes out. Then, to everyone's stunned silence, she reached for Maya's hand and held it, firm, steady, proud. For a second, the world went utterly still. Then came polite applause, a few gasps, and flashes of disbelief. But none of it mattered. Evelyn's thumb traced lazy circles over Maya's palm, and Maya smiled through the chaos, unguarded, unafraid. Later, on the balcony overlooking the Thames, Evelyn whispered, You fixed more than my computer, you know. Maya leaned closer, smiling softly. Guess I'm good at troubleshooting hearts, too. Evelyn laughed, low, warm, free. Then don't ever stop.